Good morning, Fullerton. Oh, there's way more than you than me. Good morning, Fullerton. There you go. A little bit of audience participation is required today because first we need you to listen, and because we're in a university, there's going to be a test at the end to see who was listening. My name is Andrew Gregson, and I'm the President and CEO of North Orange County Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much for coming here today, and welcome to the 2022 State of the City of Fullerton. If I may ask, if you're able, please stand as we present the colors by Fullerton Police Department. Honor Guard. Detail. Halt. Left. Hey. Freeze hands. Halt. If we could ask our board chair, April Bones, to come up just to lead us through the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll start. I pledge allegiance to the flag for the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Order! Off! Right! Peace! Forward! March!
Please be seated. I know. Wait. Please join me in welcoming Chaplain John Schaefer for our invocation. Schaefer is a pastor at Fullerton Free Church, where he serves as shepherd of staff care. He is also one of several police chaplains with the Fullerton Police Department. Prior to joining the staff of Fullerton Free, John served as city manager of San Marino. He's also served as chief of police in both San Marino, Placentia. And prior to that, John served 6 years as captain at Seal Beach and 24 years at Cypress PD. Please welcome John Schaefer. Thank you.
Let's pray. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity to gather here today. We thank you for the men and women you have placed in leadership in our city. We thank you for our mayor, our city council, the city staff, the city manager, the department heads, the mid-managers and line staff. We thank you for the brave men and women who serve with the Fullerton Police Department and the Fullerton Fire Department. We know that their jobs can be difficult and thankless, yet they are so very important to so many aspects of our daily lives. We want to affirm them and let them know that we appreciate all that they do, seen and unseen. We ask that you give them the patience, skill, and wisdom to do this difficult work. We pray for peace, unity, and kindness in our city, in our county, in our state, in our nation, and in the world. We thank you for all the blessings that come with living in Fullerton, things like safety, security, good food, clean water, beautiful weather, great public and private schools. We ask that we would continue to be a city that provides exceptional educational, work, and recreational opportunities for everyone who wants to pursue them. Lord, I ask you to watch over our city. I ask this, Lord, because I firmly believe that without your direction and help, our efforts will be in vain. We pray, Lord, for the welfare of the city where you have put us, and we trust that in the welfare of Fullerton, we ourselves will find our own well-being. And finally, we ask, God, bless America, bless the city of Fullerton. Amen.
So we're honoured to have a number of elected officials here today. And if I could kindly, as I call your name, if you could kindly just stand up. And of course, audience, I want to save your clapping a little bit. So we'll clap at the end after they've done that. So I appreciate that. So first off, from Orange County, I've got 4th District Supervisor Doug Chafee. We've got, thank you, City of Brea Mayor Sonny Park. Council Member Susan Sonny, Council Member Connor Trait, City of Brea, Council Member Steve Vargas, City of Fullerton, obviously, Mayor Fred Young, that's a good one, Mayor Pro Tem Bruce Whitaker, Council Member Jesus Silver. From the City of Huntington Beach, we've got Mayor Pro Tem Mike Posey, and from the City of La Habra, Mayor Jose, sorry about this, Medrano, beg your pardon. My wife's Hispanic, I'm not. City of Placentia, Mayor Rhonda Shader, congratulations for being mayor. Mayor Pro Tem Chad Wonke, Council Member Craig Green, Council Member Ward Smith. I met Ward, good to see you. Representing Congresswoman Young Kim is Sarah Mendoza. Representing Senator Josh Newman, Scott Dew. Representing Assemblywoman Sharon Quicksilver is Joe Park. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your service in the community. Appreciate it. If I also may, and I'm not going to read off all the names so then everybody doesn't have to be here all day. If I can ask the board members and executive committee members from the North Orange County Chamber just to stand up and be recognized for a moment. I can see there's a few of you here. Come on, keep going. There you go. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You do an outstanding job, and I really do appreciate all the support you give. So next, obviously, it wouldn't be happening without you. It's the sponsors. I'd like to acknowledge the sponsors here today. And to be honest with you, it's amazing. Without your continued support, believe it or not, the community wouldn't grow the way it was. You do an amazing thing, and I really appreciate your selfless acts. So presenting sponsor today is California State University Fullerton, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Providence St. Jude's Medical Center, Southern California Edison, At Works Personal Services, Holiday Inn, Bueno Park, Joseph Dio Holdings Incorporated, and then there's Fullerton College, Jones Mayer Law, Shopoff Realty Investments, Arbelland Montessori School, Colette's Catering, who's putting on the catering today, and Falk and Republic Services. Thank you all very, very much for sponsoring this event. We appreciate it. So now I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Fram Virjee. Is he here? Yes, thank you, Fram. I know you were rushing in there. You were traveling from a long distance. Fram is the president of the California State University Fullerton, the largest institution in California State University system. Serving more than 40,000 students, Fram provides leadership for more than 4,000 educators within the inclusive environment overseeing all aspects of the university's operations. Obviously, I wouldn't get into your university. I apologize for that. I have to do another English course. And I'm the only one who speaks English here. Oh, dear me. Crazy, isn't it? Never mind. Nerves or something. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, under Fram's leadership, the graduation rates have risen to all-time heights. The opportunity gaps have sunk to all-time lows. The university is now the #1 in California for confirming bachelorette, I believe, degrees for the women and Hispanics, #2 in the nation for graduating underrepresented students, and with more than 80,000 applications this fall, a first-choice institution known for its national rankings for both academic rigor and lowest net costs. So please join and give me a warm welcome to Fram. Thank you very much.
In a world seeking answers, what does it take to advance discovery? To push the limits of innovation? To inspire the next generation? It takes a titan.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Oh, my goodness gracious. You know, if you were my students, I'd be really upset with you. Good afternoon, everyone. There we go. You're actually out there. That's great. We're so excited to have you here to be hosting the Fullerton State of the City. I literally just landed. Boy, are my arms tired. You know that old joke? We welcome you on behalf of our more than 41,500 students and 4,000 faculty and staff here at Cal State Fullerton. We welcome the North Orange County Chamber, the best chamber in the county. I mean that. And each of you, we welcome each of you to our campus. You may notice that it's a little quiet out there this week. It's spring break for our students. What does that mean? It means you could have got Starbucks pretty quickly and you found a parking space. You know, I was thinking about our relationship with the city. Back in the 70s, there used to be a fairly simple pedestrian bridge across Nutwood connecting both sides of the street. Some of you who have been here for a round remember that. It turned out that the bridge was seismically unsafe and in the wrong place and not accessible for everybody, and so it came down. It was, in theory, a great idea, but it lacked sort of long-term practicality, and it lacks some vision. So when I joined Cal State Fullerton 4.5 years ago, the idea of creating a connecting bridge is one that I embraced and I've been dreaming about for more than for that 4 years that I've been at campus. But it's also a metaphor. It's a metaphor for the additional dream I have, which is for a true and lasting bridge and partnership between our campus and our community, and especially the city of Fullerton. After all, we are Cal State Fullerton, right? Absolutely. So I'm looking for a partnership that symbolizes the city and the campus as well as a visual clue for all who come to Fullerton to show our connection. Today, that vision will soon become a reality, and more on that in just a few minutes. But my point is, just like what such a physical bridge would be and what it would represent, today we have an opportunity to reflect on where we've been and what the dreams we have for our campus and for our community and the overlap between those dreams. We both, as the city of Fullerton, and I am a Fullertonian, and Cal State Fullerton, are essentially in the bridge building business. We both connect and build partnerships. We are key to collaboration in our community and strategic alliances in our community. And like any proud president, I am thrilled to share with you some aspirational projects that we've got going on here on campus, some ideas that we have that are coming to fruition, and it should only take a couple of hours. So are you ready? Come on now. We have snacks back there, I know that. In all seriousness, in preparation for today, I was really struggling how to narrow this down into just a few minutes. You know, you get a lawyer and a college president, and I'll talk forever. But I'm going to give it that old college try. So this past year, as was said, we had a pretty amazing year in the midst of a pandemic. More Black Titans earned their degree than in any other year in our history. More Latinx Titans earned their BA degree in any other year in our history. More historically underrepresented Titans earned their bachelor's and their master's degree than any other year in our history. And more women earned their bachelor's degree and their doctoral degree than any other year in history. We are number one in California. Number one in California for graduating Latinx students. Number one in California for graduating women. I'm so, so proud of that. Today, about 60% of our students, our currently admitted students, are first in their family to attend college. We are number one in accepting community college transfer students in the state. And our great institution right down the street from us, with whom we partner all the time, Fullerton College, guess what? They're number one in sending community college students to the UC campuses. Last year, we conferred more degrees overall than any other year in our history. And this year, we will have more than 12,000 graduates again, and we will make our class of 2022-2023 our largest in the history, not just at Cal State Fullerton, but in the whole CSU system. Now, you may have heard that for the second time in 4 years, our men's basketball team was in the March Madness tournament. And while, let's be honest, I would have preferred a different outcome on the court against Duke, I'm still so very proud of those men that played. We got to go to South Carolina and watch them and everything that they accomplished this year, winning the Big West in the last second against our rivals at Long Beach. But what you might not have heard, unless you are a reader of the Wall Street Journal like I am, is that the Wall Street Journal recently covered March Madness as well, but with a twist. They covered it in a different way. They put each of the pairings in the brackets up against each other for lowest net cost to go to college. And then when the Wall Street Journal was done comparing each campus, each university at each bracket, guess who was the national champion for affordability in the nation? Your Cal State Fullerton. And I'm incredibly proud to walk away with that profound and important pride point, because providing access to for our students in Orange County to a nationally recognized education is of the highest quality, is the national coin of the realm as far as I'm concerned. And I'll take that W every day of the week if it means that more than 12,000 students of our 41,500 students will walk across that commencement stage this May. And access and success is what our Titan family, our Titan nation is really all about. Do you know that we dominate Orange County? I think you know that we do that. We have more than 310,000 alums, and approximately 80% of them live within 50 miles of this campus. That means that after graduation, 80% of our graduates will continue to live and thrive and work and raise their families within 50 miles of this campus. They'll make this place their home, becoming Orange County's future teachers and nurses and engineers and entrepreneurs and CEOs and CFOs, et cetera, et cetera. That's the kind of partnership that I'm talking about when I dream of that bridge. Preparing our students here at Cal State Fullerton to become our citizens out in the city of Fullerton and in the county of Orange. And part of any good partnership is exploring ways to become trusted partners and advocates. We've always worked to be just that. And we've done that most recently with you and with some of our partners, including St. Jude's, with having our COVID testing clinics on campus, our COVID vaccination clinics on campus, and having the vast majority, 95% of our faculty and staff and students uploading their proof of vaccination, including boosters. Today, because of our COVID protocols and the careful planning and implementation, nearly 80% of our students have returned in person, and we are back in business here at Cal State Fullerton. First, our Titans persevered when we pivoted to virtual learning on a dime, I might say. You know, when I told my faculty that they'd be teaching on Zoom, a lot of them said, Zoom, is that a popsicle at 7-Eleven? What is that? Now, of course, they can do that. They can teach on Zoom like nobody's business. Safety is still our top priority, and we continue to offer COVID testing and vaccines here on our campus. And as a token of a reminder of that, you'll find a CSUF vaccine card in your bag today if you look at on your way out. Now, since I joined Cal State Fullerton about 4.5 years ago, our theme has also been social justice, diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's been a driving force in everything that we do here at Cal State Fullerton. I truly see it as not only as one of our core tenets, but at the foundation, at the heart of what we do here at Cal State Fullerton. And I believe deeply that it has to be woven into all of our goals and our project plans, and as we continue to build Cal State Fullerton. This past year has been filled with areas of accomplishment, starting with our creation of our new foundational document, which is called our Cal State Fullerton Guiding Principles for Social Justice, a set of 6 principles through which we look at every decision that we make. Will this promote inclusivity, equity, social justice, inclusion on our campus and in our community? And it's through this lens, we've become one of only 4 institutions in the nation to be a Fulbright HSI leader designated by the U.S. Department of State. Only 4 in the nation, and also the recipient of the Seal of Excellencia from Excellencia in Education as a national premier authority in advancing Latinx education. And at that same time, that same week, we were also recognized by the Campaign for College Opportunity as a 2021 Champion of Excellence for transfer students and also for Latinx transfer students. This core commitment that we have to social justice, to diversity, to equity, to inclusion, it extends beyond our campus. It extends into our community. And so today, when you leave today, you will also receive a copy of our one book, this year's common read on campus that everybody is reading. It's They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. And I invite you to read it and think about it, and maybe come back and listen to George Takei, who's coming to campus to speak next week. It is a profound book. It is a graphic novel, and I thought as a college president, oh my gosh, I'm going to have my campus read a graphic novel, and then I read it. And it will move you, and it will make you stop and think. While you'll hear soon from the mayor about how the city of Fullerton is moving forward, I want to share with you how Cal State Fullerton is also moving forward. We are positioned to plan for the future, and I want to thank the North Orange County Chamber and the many community members who were here and the organizations that were here for helping us and supporting us in our priorities. In particular, the College of Engineering and Computer Science Innovation Hub that we are pushing up in Sacramento. This project aligns with the governor's priorities for including enrollment growth at the Cal State system and increased access for the CSU and for workforce development and closing equity gaps. It's all about creating an innovation hub for engineering and computer science in Fullerton, in the city of Fullerton, for our K-12 community, for our community college community, for business to come here, and for us all to engage in innovation activity here on campus. It will create much-needed pathways for students to meet California's demand for both increased diversity in STEM and to meet the workforce needs of Orange County. The ECS Innovation Hub, it's a critical component in the preparation of Southern California's future workforce for a broad range of highly skilled and technical and management careers. Our fastest growing college at Cal State Fullerton is our College of Engineering and Computer Science. Get this, it's experienced a 247% growth in the last 10 years, going from 1,900 students to 4,700 students. It is a nationally ranked program across the country. It is dedicated to women in STEM and is led by an amazing woman dean of our College of Engineering and Computer Science. The current building that we have just outside these doors, it doesn't have enough space for the growth that we've already experienced, let alone what we plan to experience. We expect a 6% growth year over year in the current population of that college. The ECS Innovation Hub, it'll provide space for industry, as I said, for K-12 innovation, for innovating with the community colleges, and allow for enabling collaborative research in areas such as wildfire management, homelessness, cybersecurity, climate change, things that Cal State Fullerton is already focusing on and that our county is already focusing on, but that we can all focus on together to find solutions at this innovation hub. Now, the funding request we have to the state of California is for $135 million to build that new building. I understand that is a significant request, but it is by no means unprecedented. Last year, Cal State Bakersfield got $80 million. Cal State Dominguez got $85 million, and Humboldt got $450 million. It's time for Orange County to get what it deserves as well in this innovation hub. This is a great opportunity to bring significant funding that'll impact our students and in turn meet the needs and demands of our region. And the North Orange County Chamber has been so supportive of this project, and I want to thank each of you who've also been supportive as well. Oh yeah, and then we do have one other project that we are focused on, and that brings me back to my beginning of my remarks. That's the Titan Gateway Bridge that I mentioned earlier. Last year, we received $1 million from the state of California to begin the planning and preparing to build that bridge. And I'm pleased to share with you that just about 3 weeks ago, the federal government had gave us an additional $5 million toward building that bridge. So I'd like to thank those of you in the room who wrote to support, letters of support, including the city, the chamber, etc., for this bridge. As we plan a better bridge, we discovered the ways that the Titan Gateway would benefit not just Cal State Fullerton, but the city of Fullerton. And this is a joint effort by the city and by our university. It will protect the 12,000 plus people that walk across Nutwood every day. People ask, is there anything that keeps you up at night? That's the one thing that makes me the most worried, is somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get killed crossing across that way. It'll mitigate some of our neighborhood concerns by reducing vehicle trips and improving traffic flow on Nutwood and Commonwealth. And it will encourage walking and biking transportation, things also very much supported by our city. We look forward to moving forward with this project and making the Titan Gateway truly the gateway, not just to Cal State Fullerton, but into the city of Fullerton as something special and something iconic that people associate with the city of Fullerton. Finally, while these projects center around public support, I want to close my comments by providing an update on our first ever comprehensive philanthropic campaign at Cal State Fullerton. You know, we've been in business here for more than 63 years, and we've just had our first comprehensive philanthropic campaign. Now, planning is really important, and in 2020, we went public with this comprehensive campaign just 2 weeks before the pandemic. Timing is everything. At that time, our goal was to raise $175 million. And yet, at that opening, 2 weeks before the pandemic, we raised the goal to $200 million, and we were 63% to goal. But we weren't going to let the pandemic stop us, so we pushed, and we hit over 90% to goal in 2021 for that $200 million goal. And then something remarkable happened at Cal State Fullerton. In June, we received word that the most sophisticated philanthropist in America, I think the most sophisticated philanthropist in the world, selected Cal State Fullerton for a gift of $40 million. Think about this for a minute. Mackenzie Scott, she has the most talented set of advisors on the planet to help identify where she's going to send her money. And she sends it to places that she thinks are underfunded but are doing it right. With no strings attached, she just sends the money and says, keep doing what you're doing. So what an incredibly validating gift. And that gift energized us. And so we moved our goal from 200 million to they thought I was going to move it to 240. And I said, nope, we're moving to 250. $250 million. Let's raise $250 million. And I'm so excited to share with you today that we are 99% to goal. And we're going to push through and blast through that goal by the end of the year. So I want to thank the Fullerton community, which is the family that supports Cal State Fullerton. You support us in honoring and caring for our students as they live as Fullertonians in your community. You support us with your investment and your philanthropy and your mentoring of our students, and we really do believe we have a great bridge that we have built together. So thank you for coming. Thank you for allowing us to host Cal State Fullerton, to host you today. Thank you for being the bridge, the community, the dreamers, the visionary builders with us as we look to the future together, partnering together. We appreciate and embrace Fullerton as our community. How thankful we are for each of you, for our city staff, for our relationship with our fellow Fullertonians. And I really, really look forward to hearing the mayor tell us about the state of the city. Thanks so very much for being here.
Let's give him another round of applause. That was awesome, wasn't it? So now the bit that you're all been waiting for, Colette's dinner. It is going to start coming in soon, or should I say lunchtime. So I'm sure they're going to be coming in a moment. So don't worry. You don't have to listen to me and your tummies are growling or anything. You're going to get fed very, very shortly. Beg your pardon. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that. There are a few benefits. It's hard work and it's a lot of responsibility and accountability. And there are plenty of challenges. But I actually really believe, and I do, love my job. It's such an honor to serve as the president and the CEO of North Orange County Chamber of Commerce. The chamber is a regional chamber. Unlike most chambers, we don't have one city, we have four. We have Bueno Park, Fullerton, La Palma, and Stanton. As our new seal represents, we were actually formed in 1893. And in fact, we were originally named Orange County Chamber, long before Fullerton Chamber. And then in 2015, North Orange County Chamber, because we became a regional one. The main mission of the Chamber is to improve economic prosperity, strengthen and support the region's industries, retain and create jobs, and encourage economic development, which falls under the a lot of responsibility category of my job description. With responsibility comes accountability. Some of the few things I'm doing to hold myself accountable, as well as my team, is that we're going to host more in-person mixers throughout the region. We're also going to host more online mixers for those who are unable to attend the in-person events. Share business knowledge, e-commerce and other online advice workshops, both online and in person. Going that extra mile when hosting key events, just like today's. Referring members' business, introduce people to other people, and be a catalyst for collaboration. What makes our chamber great is not what I do or the team or the board of directors. It's all of you, and I'm including all of you, our members. As I look around the room, there are a few people I could point out as perfect examples as this. Mayor Fred Young, for sharing your vision and offering the support as you do when you attend our events. Mayor Pro Tem Bruce Whitaker and Council Member Ahmed, who have attended and do attend all the welcoming ribbon cuttings that we do, and they do a phenomenal job actually inviting people to the city. Now, talking about ribbon cuttings, if anybody ever wants the whole of La Palma City in one area, just attend a ribbon cutting, because they all show, from the police chief all the way down. Everybody's there. Dr. Su-Ling Chen, who's not only on the board of directors, but who supports and actively has supported the chamber for many years now. In fact, her educational center, Arbland, is sponsored this event today. Thank you very much, Su-Ling. Katie Savan. Thank you. Katie Savan, another board member from California State, Fullerton. Katie helped us put this actual event together and many others, and also helped sponsor the event. Thank you, Katie. Appreciate it. Sorry, Mayor. The City of Bueno Park. Mayor Sonny Park, and of course City Manager Aaron France. You were both extremely instrumental in helping me understand what we need to do as a chamber, and that's why we're doing the workshops for the businesses after experiencing your experiences for local businesses during the pandemic. So thank you very much. There's Joe. Joe Park, from Office of Assemblywoman Sharon Quicksilver. Joe, you did an amazing job. For over 10 years, you never gave up, and now we have that beautiful Korean memorial that was revealed in November. Thank you very much. That's awesome. There he is. All right. Joe Lins from Century 21 Discovery, who's not only my Rotary sponsor, but Joe and his wife, Susie, co-host community events with the Chamber, things like the electronic recycling, and in fact we've got a blood drive on April the 9th. Just giving you a plug there, Joe. Thank you very much. Today we have Chamber members Vina and Dee, who have volunteered to be our first ambassadors, and they're helping us out today. That's what it's all about. Thank you very much for volunteering your time. Appreciate it. While on the topic of chambers, we have Executive Director Michelle from Placentia Chamber. We also have Yorba Linda Chamber here today, and in fact, Yorba Linda were the chamber who actually gave us the masks as people were coming in, so we're really grateful for that too. Then sat at my table right next to me is Brea's new CEO, Lucy. Welcome, and I'm glad to see you came here. Thank you, ladies, for your service. We really appreciate it. And as for the rest of you that I haven't mentioned, and I'm sorry, otherwise we'd be here all day, for your bravery, for actually getting through the pandemic. The majority of you in the room have your own business. You were able to pivot, change minds, move forward, as the mayor is suggesting. And then, of course, some of you in the room, one of us a new chamber member, that you actually started your business during the pandemic. You guys all each deserve your own round of applause, so I applaud you. Thank you very much. And it's these actions and other like yours that are contagious, as they feed passion, breed motivation, and make our business community stronger. And that's what makes North Orange County as a region stand out. As by working together, we are all moving forward. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is part of the honor part of my job. It's been an honor, or it is an honor, should I say, not been, oh dear me. It is an honor, might be after this though. It is an honor to serve the Chamber and to serve you and to serve North Orange County Chamber of Commerce. I'm very grateful, proud of this great community. Thank you very much, and bon appetit. So now it's my pleasure to introduce our featured speaker, City of Fullerton Mayor Fred Young. Mayor Young is the first Asian American Fullerton City Council member for over 20 years. In November 2020, he was elected to serve a 4-year term representing Council District 1 on the Fullerton City Council. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome as we welcome Mayor Fred Young.
I have your rapt attention now. So I can assure you, unless you're listening, dessert doesn't come out, or maybe it did already. So I have you now. Folks, I want to thank you, Mr. Andrew Gregson, for that wonderful introduction. Mr. Gregson and I are part of the same incoming class, and I'm grateful for his renewed leadership of the North Orange County Chamber. He and I share a freshman outlook of endless possibilities. And that's what today is about, folks. Because a growing chamber signals a strong Fullerton, so our partnership is critical to our mutual success. And I want to thank Cal State University Fullerton and President Fram Virjee for inviting us into your home for this sold-out State of the City address. My oldest daughter is a Titan, so our hometown university has a very special place in my heart. And I couldn't be more excited about the endless possibilities of this university, the sheer outreach into our community that they are doing, and the good work that will last generations to come in Orange County. That said, good afternoon, friends, neighbors, colleagues, partners, and my fellow Fullertonians. Thank you for being part of our city's success. Today gives us a welcome opportunity to celebrate our progress and share with you ways in which Fullerton is moving forward. I am proud to report to you today that the state of Fullerton is strong, that our financial outlook is the healthiest it's been in over a decade, that businesses are bouncing back from the pandemic, and new economic opportunities will propel our community forward. We will become agents of change by not only diagnosing opportunities to improve, but finding best practices and even better solutions to continue our progress forward. I am one of 5 elected council members in Fullerton. I am grateful that 2 have joined us here today, Mayor Pro Tem Bruce Whitaker and Council Member Jesus Silva. I would also like to acknowledge Council Member Nick Dunlap, who is out of town on business, and Council Member Ahmad Zara could not join us today. Fullerton has strong partnerships with its neighbors. We have that great fortune. And at this time, I would like to thank the elected officials here today one more time. You are all my colleagues and fellow change makers, and I give each and every one of you my profound and sincerest appreciation for your public service. Folks, Fullerton is my home. It is home to a diverse and engaged residents, home to a dedicated city staff that have committed themselves to serving our citizens and businesses. It's home to a growing business community that continues to be innovative. Our leadership will bring about a new era of prosperity and growth. Fullerton will restore community values and enhance quality of life. We will invest in our infrastructure, our roads and streets, our water resources, and even our broadband. Our city will continue to grow through new sustainable development, and through stability, we will attract new leadership across every sector. While we live in an age of endless possibilities, cultivating growth of this kind and of this magnitude will require a humble farmer's approach. That often means getting your hands dirty in the mud and doing the hard work. Because while it may seem like we are all living in a time when people are really invested in their own team, we should all remember that fundamentally, our collective success should be far more important than our individual goals. I now invite you to watch the following video that'll celebrate some of the future that is to come in Fullerton. We have much to celebrate together as we move Fullerton forward. Thank you.
This fiscal year, Fullerton is set to pave 6 miles of streets. With the boost from ARPA funding and with city finances rebounding and recovering, Fullerton is set to pave an estimated 10 to 12 miles for the next few years. We are excited as a city to be improving Euclid, Orangethorpe, and Rosecrans. These are major arteries in our city They will improve traffic and overall quality of life for our residents by ensuring that these roads remain safe to our drivers. While improving the city's major arteries is important to businesses, improving residential streets is critical to everyday quality of life for our Fullertonians. And we have plans to improve many residential streets in the coming years. Our city has allocated $13.1 million of ARPA funds to street improvements and $2 million to water main replacement to make necessary infrastructure improvements throughout Fullerton. These projects help preserve the pavement so that our streets are kept in good condition for years to come, ensuring safer roadways and improved infrastructure. As we emerge from this pandemic, we are all looking forward to traveling more. This necessary construction will only enhance traffic flow, residential safety, and business activity in our community for years to come. Expect to see more construction, Fullerton, and that, in this case, is a good thing. In addition, our city is using ARPA funds to replace the fire station alert system to provide faster response times to residents and improve efficiency.
The city's tax revenue streams have recovered from the impact of the pandemic. Sales tax is projected to make a full recovery this fiscal year. This recovery of tax revenue establishes a base for continued economic growth in the city, which provides improved city services and amenities, increased public safety, and an overall high quality of life for our residents and businesses. We look forward to continuing moving Fullerton forward. The city recognized the importance of being business friendly and trying to encourage people to stay at home, to shop in Fullerton, and to support local businesses. With jobs at risk, it was really a group effort, and the council, I think, very admirably helped to support that notion. One of the important ways that the city is preparing for future needs is trying to get back to basics, to get back to our core responsibilities. No one else is going to fix our local streets and our water system. Streets are going to benefit everyone, residents, businesses, everyone that transits through our city. It's going to be a benefit that we'll feel for years to come. And as far as public safety, that's a very local thing too. These will dovetail together, I believe, over time, and it'll make our public safety more reliable because now we have safe and continuous streets without having to go off-road.
At 1600 Commonwealth, Meta Housing will be developing 62 units of affordable housing for families to call home. The new development will provide 1, 2, or 3 bedroom units for families with access to on-site laundry, a barbecue area, a garden, and a community lawn. The complex will also incorporate energy-efficient components such as solar panels, high-efficiency windows, and a roof designed to keep residents cool. The project is in the early stages of development, and more details will be available as the project progresses. This is just one of the ways that the city is showing its commitment to supporting our community members and being a good neighbor to all cities in our region. Housing affordability is one of the biggest challenges facing our state, and Fullerton is no exception. This was extremely prevalent during the pandemic, when we saw people struggling with housing, with rent. This project is a step forward in the right direction. It will provide affordable housing that is much needed at a time that is crucial. One of the biggest myths about affordable housing is that they don't provide all the amenities that regular market rate housing provides. That is a myth, and this particular project is going to prove that myth wrong. It will provide all the modern amenities that any family can enjoy. Folks who are going to live there are going to be our neighbors and residents in our city. And I'm confident that it's going to create new bonds and new relationships, and our neighborhoods are going to be thriving. And so I'm really proud of this particular development, and I'm looking forward to more of this type. Embedded in the bustling town center on Orangethorpe Harbor, District 5, Street Lights Residential is a new urban development featuring a 329-unit, 5-story residential building 6-story parking structure, and up to 6,500 square feet of retail space. The complex will provide studios, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. 19 of the units will meet affordable housing requirements. That is 19 families that will be able to live in affordable units. The area will also provide retail and restaurant amenities to give residents a true live, work, play environment in the Fullerton community. Housing developments like streetlights provides housing for our residents, but also brings in outside residents to come in and join our community. This is really a crucial component in stimulating our local economy. We need new consumers, new people to come in and be able to spend here in our local economy. In turn, this also attracts businesses who see a local economy with consumers. This is really the heart of economic development. And if we are to grow as a city, we need to make sure that housing and economic growth coincide together. In order to achieve housing affordability in a community, we have to have a balance. So while we have market rate housing like streetlights, it is important that we communicate with our developers the importance of having affordable housing units within that development. And that is what we have been pushing for, and that is what we have been achieving with the relationships that we're building with our developers.
Hope Center was derived from a 4-year program called the Orange County Public Safety Collaborative. It was established through some funding from the state of California. We've developed a synergy here in the north of how we address those who are unhoused. When we were looking to expand our services and provide better outreach to our homeless neighbors, we came up with the Hope Center, which stands for Homeless Outreach and Proactive Engagement. Our goal with the Hope Center is to bring in partners, both in the nonprofit world as well as community-based organizations and county services as well as municipal services, to work in synergy with each other to provide that right resource right now to our unhoused neighbors. We want to make sure that we have a host of services, whether it's housing vouchers, links to CalOptima, links to veteran services. We want all of that to be offered from our center. I think one of the most significant things I want our residents to know is that Fullerton is a leader in this area. We're the ones that have stepped up and offered this location, which is just near St. Jude, up off Youth Way, as a place for this synergy to take place. We're in the process of building it out now, so it will be a slow implementation process, and we're working with our neighboring cities to get those resources there, and with the County of Orange to get those resources there that will help make this successful. As this process has played out, from the time that we identified the location to as we started building it out, St. Jude has been an integral partner as we have talked about potential areas for us to partner. Hopefully someday we will be able to provide ambulance services that do community paramedicine for our homeless neighbors right out of the Hope Center.
Fullerton is partnering with Sci-Fi Networks to provide fiber internet to businesses and residents throughout our city. Access to internet is critical to equity and education. By affording our residents high-speed, reliable internet access, we increase the potential of the young people in our community. Modern cultures like Korea and Japan have universal quality high-speed internet access for its citizens. Fullerton will have some of the fastest connectivity in the county. This will attract new businesses and provide improved quality of life to our residents. Fullerton has taken a giant step towards modernization. Fullerton is set to unlock energy savings by contracting with NORESCO to implement an $8.4 million energy efficiency program with a guaranteed $12.1 million in savings. This project will reduce the city's annual carbon emissions by 2.8 million pounds, the equivalent to approximately 1,300 acres of trees. This will improve air quality for the community. We will convert 600 light poles to LED lights, improving visibility and safety on our streets. These upgrades offer energy efficiency and financial savings for Fullerton. Climate change is the existential threat of our time. Joining the Orange County Power Authority as a founding member allows one of the oldest cities in the county to do one of the most forward-thinking things. Mitigating our negative impacts on climate change is our fiduciary duty as stewards. Orange County Power Authority projects 1 million metric tons of carbon emissions reduced annually within the county. This not only allows our residents to be a part of change, but also offers a greater choice for their energy dollars as well. Investing in improved infrastructure and energy efficiency enhances the quality of life for all Fullerton residents, and we are excited to be on the forefront of innovation.
Thank you for your attention to that introductory video. I'm going to go off script for a second. So I am, for the remainder of 2022, the city's complaint department. And it's I take great pride and honor in that title. You know, when I was younger, my parents, my folks lost their home and most of their vehicles during the LA riot. Their source of income was this liquor store, and it, through its destruction, inevitably, financially, we became bankrupt in one form or another. So I was going to college at the time, and I didn't know exactly what to do. So because I couldn't afford it, and by no means was I at an affordable school like Cal State Fullerton. I was at SC. So I did janitorial work. And the one thing about doing janitorial work 364 days a year, the only day I didn't do it was Christmas Day, is you recognize what it feels like to feel invisible and to actually be invisible. You know, I don't know what all of you do for a living and what you do in your office time, but I'm sure there's a staff that comes around and empties your trash can. And I bet you never see them or think about them. So this notion of invisibility means something to me, not only as an immigrant, but as somebody that did a job that nobody wanted to do. You know, I'm extraordinarily a private human being. I keep facts about my life extraordinarily private. So being in this career or being in this public service sector is completely foreign to me. Indeed, inside of my head right now is an atomic bomb going off while I'm up here. But the reason why I want to say all of this to you is if you're an immigrant or you are challenged in some way in life, you recognize that true progress is very deliberate, that real change is extraordinarily, at times excruciatingly slow. You know, a comedian that I like asked a president that I liked what politics was like. And he said it was like football. And I'm going to steal that analogy this afternoon because it will ring familiar to all of you. And if it falls flat, I'll go ahead and blame Obama. But that's government. There's a lot of players in government, just like football. There's a lot of specialization, and there's a lot of attrition. Sometimes there's a lot of hitting. Actually, you always get hit in government. There's a lot of one-yard gains. You try a play and it doesn't work out, you get sacked. Now it's 3rd and long and you're kind of scratching your head. And you punt an awful lot. But every now and then, there's a hole that opens up and you have an opportunity to do something really special and score on behalf of the citizens that you so dearly love and want to serve. I say all of this to you today because this is our moment in time. It is our opportunity to make meaningful gain. And as a former high school football coach, I ask for your faith, not only in me, but in my city that I so dearly love and live in, Fullerton. You know, 2 of the best running backs in this county's rich history are on my team, and I couldn't be prouder. One's my best friend, and the other's my oldest son. Now let's begin this slide presentation. I appreciate you and our staff for letting me go kind of off kilter. Financially, Fullerton has recovered from the impact of the pandemic. and the increasing tax revenue will provide a base for continued economic growth. That growth will fund and improve city services, invest in city infrastructure projects, enhance our public safety, and provide a higher quality of life for all of our residents. This foundation will continue to move Fullerton forward. We are investing an additional $13.1 million towards street repair, $2 million for water mains, and $3.2 million to upgrade facilities. These large-scale infrastructure projects will bring about new job opportunities to our city and keep Fullerton at the forefront of economic development. We will continue to help Fullerton thrive financially by creating safe and vibrant environments for all our citizens, businesses, and visitors to our city. The following are a select few projects that will benefit our community, provide more housing, retail space, jobs, and improved quality of life. The Pines at Sunrise Village is a 12.5-acre property that will be redeveloped into modern townhomes. It will include new and existing retail space and enhance a corner of Fullerton that requires attention. The Hub is an exciting new project that will feature nearly 400 units of student-oriented housing. It will feature retail space and continue our city's partnership with Cal State Fullerton to provide a successful environment for students to live and learn. We welcome Meta Housing and their 100% affordable housing project. This development will provide much-needed affordable housing for North Orange County residents and feature energy-efficient components to increase sustainability and provide revitalization for the area. We are excited to welcome another new development, Streetlights Residential. This 329-unit modern housing project will also include a large retail space to continue to promote a live, work, and play environment in our community. Polygon is an exciting proposed new urban housing development that will feature much-needed studio and one-bedroom apartments to add to our current housing stock. From renowned published architect Rob Quigley, this project will be a hallmark of modern design, innovation, and contemporary use of space. Architecture can be more than just a structure, folks. A quality published architect can create a physical representation of how we see ourselves. Centrally located, Goodman Logistics will become a welcome new commercial development that will make Fullerton a key player in North Orange County supply chain. It will not only be a great revenue partner, but will provide jobs and numerous infrastructure and street improvements as well. Preserving our history is part of Fullerton's deep legacy. So we are thrilled for the continued restoration of the Fox Theater as it enters the second phase of construction that will include new restrooms, new HVAC system, and ADA access. The Fox Block Development Project will revitalize a portion of downtown area by providing exciting new retail and restaurant space as well. The familiar chain link fence is finally coming down, folks. Our airport will receive improvements. The proposed project will provide office space for airport administration and businesses, along with an aircraft maintenance hangar as well. This will continue to advance North Orange County's only airport to meet the needs of new technology and new challenges ahead. Many new businesses now call Fullerton home. Dave's Hot Chicken, Five Below, Barrel and Stave, and Puma One, a Korean organic food company focused on sustainability, all have opened their doors during this past year. All of these new businesses will provide new opportunities, and Puma One in particular has added over 100 jobs in the last year alone. We are excited to announce that Provecchio Market, Raising Cane's, Mickey's Irish Pub, and the High Horse Saloon are all proposed new businesses that will call Fullerton home, and there will be many more to come.
Goodman Logistics Center is one of the new industrial development projects coming to Fullerton. The center is projected to have 4 buildings to accommodate both logistics and e-commerce customers. The center will have an industrial floor area of approximately 1.5 million square feet and associated office space of over 105,000 square feet. The site includes numerous improvements to the area, such as new and improved traffic signals, reconstruction of pavement, added bus stops, and improved walkability with the installation of missing sidewalks. This project will bring new job opportunities to the community and keep our city at the forefront of economic development. With the Goodman Center Logistics project coming to town, we're excited to welcome over 1.5 million square feet of industrial space to the city. This space will translate to roughly 4 or 5 users, which will in turn translate to 2,000 to 3,000 jobs. Those are jobs that will be here for Fullerton residents, and those are jobs that will help people who are from outside the city of Fullerton patronize our businesses here in Fullerton so that that tax revenue stays here in the city of Fullerton. The Goodman Center project's unique because it's not just a couple of tilt-up industrial buildings. This is actually a campus that is being created, and as a result of that, in conjunction with our world-class location here in Fullerton, with access to the 91 and 57 freeways just 20 miles from the port, we believe that this will truly attract world-class tenants that will become world-class employers, and as a result of that, offer many resources to us here in the Fullerton community. I think it's a great opportunity for any logistics or industrial user that wants to do business in the Southern California and specifically the North Orange County area.
I'm proud of our collaboration with Goodman. This is going to be a game changer for us and move our economy forward. They are investing not only in the site, but the community benefits include $5.5 million of road repairs and infrastructure in that area, including the much needed repairs on Orangethorpe. It's going to create hundreds of much needed local jobs that are also going to stimulate our economy and hire folks locally. This is a really important project that is going to put us on the map and move us forward.
In the heart of downtown Fullerton sits the iconic Fox Theater, which has served as a cultural symbol for North Orange County since it closed in 1987. Recently, the city has partnered with the Fullerton Historic Theater Foundation to restore the theater and once again open it to the public. The city has partnered with Frontier Real Estate to develop a plan for the development of several city-owned properties to the north and west of the Fox Theater property to provide professional offices, retail, and restaurant businesses to the community. This project not only preserves our city history and attracts more visitors, but also opens doors for business owners and employees to thrive in downtown Fullerton. Fox Block project gives us the opportunity to activate North Harbor Boulevard. Historically, we've seen a lot of retail, nightlife, dining, and such closer to Commonwealth on Harbor, but now as we activate North Harbor at Chapman, that's going to bring more dining, retail, and entertainment opportunities to that area, which will in turn drive activity for some of the other businesses around there. We're very excited about it, and I know a lot of the neighbors and property owners are as well. One of the questions I'm asked the most, I think, anytime I go out is what's going on with the retail and restaurant scene in Fullerton? And I think this presents the city with a unique opportunity, not just for boutique retail, but also for restaurant space and other breweries and such that will be open inside of this establishment. I mean, it's a really exciting plan that Frontier has put together, and I think it's great because it will not only, of course, add jobs, but it'll generate additional tax revenue, all while serving I think our resident base here in Fullerton and sort of the North Orange County region. So we're very excited about it. It's going to be a more sophisticated atmosphere than we've seen, I think, in maybe other parts of downtown Fullerton's nightlife. I think it gives us the opportunity to really kind of create a unique niche in this North Harbor Boulevard location.
The Hub is a 12,438 square foot student-oriented housing development project projected to provide 377 housing units, neighborhood supporting retail space on the ground floor, and 630 parking spaces for students, residents, and retail customers. The development will provide 1, 2, 3, and 4-bedroom units, including 2-level townhouses. The area will be an enriching environment, allowing students to learn and thrive in the city. The Hub will bring students closer to the university, which as a student is always a plus if you're a 5-minute walk from your campus, and they'll develop more of a student community by being close to campus, close to some of the local retail shops for fast food, and close to the neighborhood. I think that will be another benefit that it will bring. It would allow for the students to interact with the local residents. These new units will allow some students who maybe are living off campus in more traditional homes or apartments move closer to campus and allow those other units to be accessible to families or non-students. Right now there is this need for housing, and anything that I believe that we can do to increase supply will allow for that. Where the hub is at, you're going to have access to a lot of local small businesses in that area. And I think you may find some of these students working in some of these businesses and interacting with the local community that way. It will add to a campus life that will just allow them to enjoy school more. The Pines at Sunrise Village will bring new life to this area in Fullerton. The 12.5-acre property will be redeveloped to provide 164 units of modern townhomes. 49 units will include special design features oriented to a work-from-home lifestyle. The area will continue to provide existing retail uses such as restaurants and coffee shops and have improved walkability to local parks and nearby trails. All homes will feature front porches or entry courtyards for street-friendly access to maintain the character of the community. Anytime you talk to a Fullertonian, they talk about how much they love the city. Well, I think this development there at the Pines will allow additional people to come in and be part of our great community. And it will bring in people that will want to live here, will fall in love with Fullerton and be part of this small, big town that I call. It will revitalize and stimulate that parcel of land. Right now, it's underused. I also think that once this gets developed, those new residents will interact and become part of that community. I know it's a little bit on the edge of that community, but I could see them interacting and mixing in well with the surrounding houses. And I believe that the surrounding neighbors will become familiar and friendly with them. They've been involved in trying to get this project correct, and I think we've done that. That area there is really involved, and they'll bring these new residents into that fold.
Open space is an ever-diminishing resource. It is incumbent upon us to maintain this valuable asset for future residents and young people in our community. As we emerge from this pandemic, we all recognize the value of the great outdoors. For more residents, indeed more visitors, will have visited our parks and our trails. We look forward to West Coyote Hills becoming a destination for our county. Stability offers us a path forward. Certainty speaks to a better tomorrow. We are privileged to be at the crossroads of change, and we look forward to the journey ahead. Fullerton has a balanced budget. As we reprioritize our lives, it is important to note the value of nobility of public service. Our hardworking city staff and the residents they serve should know that Fullerton is open for business and hiring as well. Fullerton has a rich history, but history itself only gives lessons for the future. Moving Fullerton forward will become our battle cry collectively as a community to thoughtfully grow and further enhance the quality of life for our residents. Moving Fullerton forward is our only path, and one we should all be honored to follow.
For us at the Fullerton Police Department, moving Fullerton forward means we have our course charted, and now we're going to get us there. And for the first time in 2 years emerging from this pandemic, we have the opportunity to take those steps forward. Our vision, to provide the best service we can to the residents and visitors of Fullerton in a way that they want us to provide that service. I think there's a lot of excitement inside of our organization about what 2023 holds for us.
We all want to create neighborhoods that are thriving and opportunities for everyone. And that is why I'm proud to be a Fullertonian. We also have a beautiful community that is diverse, and that diversity is reflected in its arts and culture. This is important that as we move forward, we invest in this aspect of our community and make sure that a younger generation has a beautiful arts and cultural heritage that we have provided for them.
Moving Fullerton forward means planning for tomorrow while remembering our history. And it's being able to drive down the street and see the charming 1920s and 1940s buildings that we have here in town, but also seeing the new construction and new development that's a sign of what's to come in the future ahead. And I think with what we're seeing in some of the construction activity in town, the new jobs coming to town, the city's heading in the right direction.
Well, I think it means embracing change and accepting new technology and finding new and better ways of doing things. We need a city government receptive enough and nimble enough to be able to take situations for residents and business owners and everyone who visits our city and try to accommodate them in the way that they want to be accommodated. This is a much higher service demand, but in the end, I think it really increases satisfaction.
Pick up the phone and call your local council member and sit down and have a coffee. All of us will be glad to sit down with you and just talk. And I think that will allow you to become more familiar with what we as council members do and what the city does, and will allow us to get to know you, to get to know a new resident and hear what your concerns are, what your ideas are. I think that will move us all forward.
Moving Fullerton forward.
Moving Fullerton forward.
Moving Fullerton forward.
Moving Fullerton forward.
Together, we are moving Fullerton forward.
I would like to thank everyone for attending our annual State of the City. It is with tremendous gratitude and appreciation that I say this. I'd also like to thank our sponsors for making this event such a tremendous success. I want to acknowledge and thank the Chamber of Commerce, my friend Andrew Gregson, for his partnership, as well as President Fram Virjee, and my hometown, Cal State Fullerton, for hosting this event, as well as many others who have helped plan, execute the sold-out State of the City, including my fellow city council members here today and numerous members of our city staff that are sitting in the back and in the audience. Lastly, I want to thank our interim city manager, Mr. Jeff Collier, for guiding our city through this important transitional phase, and acknowledge our new city manager, Mr. Eric Levitt, for attending today. I look forward to his positive impact via his wealth of knowledge and experience in the role. Mr. Levitt's steady leadership will provide organizational direction and balance for our dedicated staff. Please give a round of applause for Mr. Collier and Mr. Levitt, everyone. Again, I am pleased to report that as a result of our collective efforts, the state of our city is healthy, stable, and the future is bright. Our goal as a city council and city staff is to essentially stack victories for our residents, and in doing so, enhancing their quality of life. The more you win, the more you will win. It's called the winner's effect. That success changes the chemistry of our brains, makes us more focused, smarter, confident, and more aggressive in seeking progress. Winning can be habitual and will become a part of our organizational culture. Cities will look to Fullerton for leadership on conservation and sustainability, as well as our commitment to fiscal durability. We have assured that much more money goes into modernizing our infrastructure. Our city will address our housing production with thoughtful and deliberate development. We are investing in Fullerton today to prepare for a better future tomorrow. We are ensuring that our community values remain intact for generations to come. We are planning long-term so Fullerton will continue to thrive as a rising tide lifts all boats. As we close this event today, I wish you all great success in all your many endeavors, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for attending. Thank you, everyone.
It's really heavy, so if you don't like anyone, just throw it at them. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to thank you all for being a part of today. It's amazing. It's great to be out. It's great to see so many people. I love being at the door there, welcoming people. I felt the energy as it was coming in, and I feel there's going to be more energy as it's going out. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Sponsors, without you, you're game changers. You change that, seriously change lives. So again, thank you very much for actually sponsoring this event and many more to come. I'd also like to take a moment to say thank you very much to my staff. There's Sarah over in the back there. Give a wave, Sarah. Sarah's been in a mental help for me over the last few months, and I really appreciate everything she does. She works tirelessly to do things like this. And of course, she also is a really good roper in her. So she's roped in her husband, Paul, who's taking pictures for us today and who's on the orange carpet. And then her daughter, Laura, who actually designed and wrote our program. So thank you very much, Laura, too. And then also to Angelica, who tirelessly worked with me the other day, spending hours in Joe Lynn's office there, filling these bags that you're all to take with you. So please make sure you get one of those bags. Thank you very much, Angelica. Until the next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, and just keep moving forward. Thank you very much.